Okay, now I saw the Trinity pass the mic to Jesus and Aaron Kevin. Now I saw Jesus wearing white. Now step into him to take over. Amen.
Okay. I think it's quite straightforward, right? Maybe get some Bible verse to back up lah. Alright. Okay.
I sent you the notes already.
Basically, the some Bible verse who determine who rule and who don't rule, right? Correct. Actually, in the book of Daniel, right? Remember on earth there's somebody called King of Kings, Babylon actually. Okay. During his time King of Kings book of Daniel so that you understand what's going on Then later on he thought that everything is his, right? Because of his work, right? Then God have to humble him, right? But before humbling, give him a dream. Terrorize him, right? That is in Daniel chapter 2. Right? So you must understand what is going on first. So those people who don't know what is the story about. Okay? See, Daniel was interpreting Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Let's talk about Nebuchadnezzar's dream. You know what he dreamed, right? He dreamed that watcher and Holy One, correct, came down, correct, and then put a chain over the stump, correct, before they chop off the tree, correct. Let me see. Okay, book of Daniel chapter 2. In the second year of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar dreamed dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, and his sleep break from him. He cannot sleep. The king commanded to call the magician and astrologer and sorcerers and the Chaldeans for to show the king his dream. So he came. So they came and they stood before the king, and the king said unto them, I have dreamed a dream. My spirit was troubled to know the dream. Then spake the Chaldeans to the king in Sarek, O king, live forever, tell thy servant the dreams, and we will interpret for you. But the king answered and said to the Chaldeans, the thing has gone from me, I've forgotten already. But if you will not make known to me the dream, with the interpretation thereof, you all shall be cut in pieces, and your houses shall be made a dunghill. But if you show the dreams and the interpretation thereof, you shall receive of me gifts and reward, great and honor, thereby show me the dreams and interpretation thereof. He answered again and said, let the king tell his servants the dream, and we will show you the interpretation of it. The king answered and said, I know of certainty that ye would gain the time, or because you see the thing is gone from me. Okay? They're trying to buy time. But if you will not make known to me the dreams, there is but one decree for you. For you have prepared lying and corrupt words to speak before me till the time is be changed. Therefore, tell me the dreams, and I shall know that you have shown me the interpretation thereof. The Chaldeans answered before the king and said, there is not a man upon the earth that can show the king's matters. Thereby, there is no king, lord, nor rulers that ask such a thing of any magician and astrologer and Chaldeans. And it is the rare things that the king requires, that there is none other that can show it before the king except the gods, whose dealing is not with men, with the flesh. For this is the cause the king was angry and was very furious, commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. And the decree went forth that the wise men should be slain. He sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. So Daniel also wise man, and his Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, right? All the three children, right, with Daniel. And Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of the Babylon. And he answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty from the king? Then Arioch made the things known to Daniel. And Daniel went in and desired of the king that he would give him time, that he would show the king the interpretation. Then Daniel went to his house and made things known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companion, that they would desire the mercy of the God of heaven concerning the secret that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. That was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for the wisdom and might are his. And he changes the time and the season. He removeth kings of the earth and setteth kings. He gave wisdom to the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. So it's God who giving everything. He's the one who wrote the script, right? He's the one who wrote the whole script of humanity. He revealed the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness and the light that dwelleth with him. I thank thee, praise thee, O thou Eloah of my, this is Aramaic, Eloah, okay, of my father whom have given me wisdom and might and have made me known unto me now what we desire of thee, for thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. Therefore, Daniel went in and unto the area where whom the kings had ordained to destroy the wise men of Babylon, and he went and said unto him, Destroy not the wise men of Babylon, bring me before the king, and I will show unto the king the interpretation. Then Arioch brought in Daniel before the king in haste and said thus unto him, I have found a man of the captives of Judah that will make known to the king the interpretation. The king answered and said to Daniel, whose name was Belteshazzar. So actually, the children of Judah was conquered by Babylon, you know. And then they bring down to Babylon. Then they changed their name also. So Daniel become Belteshazzar. Belteshazzar means what? Bel something lah. It's what? The Lord of the Straiten's treasure. Belteshazzar. Okay? Actually, Bel something one 1095 is Bel lah. B-A-L-L lah. It's a Babylonian god lah. Name lah. You understand lah? It's Bel treasure lah. It's a Bel treasure lah. It's become Bel treasure. Are you able to make known unto me the dream that which I have seen and the interpretation thereof? Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, Oh, the secret of which the king had demanded cannot the wise man, astrologer, and magician, the soothsayer show unto the king. But there is a God in heaven that reveals secrets and make known to the king. Nebuchadnezzar, what shall be in the later day, thy dreams and the vision of thy head upon thy bed are this. So he gave them interpretation. What actually he do? And as for thee, O king, thy thought came unto thy mind upon a bed. Okay? And what should come to pass hereafter? That means God himself give a dream to Nebuchadnezzar, tell him the future. And then get Daniel to interpret the future for King Nebuchadnezzar to convince him and convince the whole world. So he used a big pagan, right? Okay? As for thee, O king, thy thought came into thy mind upon thy bed, what would come to pass hereafter, and he that revealed the secret make known to thee what shall come to pass. But as for me, this secret is not revealed to me for any wisdom. It's not because I got a lot of wisdom, I know. But that I have more than any of the living. You know, I'm greater, wiser than people. But for their sake, that shall be made known the interpretation to the king. And thou mayest know that the thoughts of thy heart. So God said, Daniel said, God is revealing the thoughts of the heart. Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee. And the form was so terrible. Why? He saw a great image. The image, the head was of fine gold. The breast and the arm was silver. The belly and the thigh was brass. The leg was iron. His feet, part iron, part clay. And thou saw that a stone was cut out without hand and smote the image. Okay? And upon his feet, and there were iron and clay, break them to pieces. There was the iron and the clay and the brass and the silver and the gold, and broken to pieces together and became like a chaff, and of the summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away, that no places was found for them. And the stone was the smoke, the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth. This is the dream, and we will tell you the interpretation thereof. The king was surprised. Well, you know all my dream, Exactly what I saw is that you don't, remember, you know. So thou, O king, are the king of kings. The God of heaven have given you the kingdom, power, strength, and glory. So God gave him the glory. Can you understand? If God gave him the glory, what about Antichrist? Also God gave one. The Antichrist is called the Assyrian. Okay, there's a Bible verse that God had given Assyrian to punish God's people. But he too much Assyrian make himself like great, So God to humble him. It's in the Bible, Old Testament. So you must understand the background is that God is the one who gives kingdom to whosoever he wants. Okay, that's one of the main precepts you must understand. Okay, God is a God of God, Lord of Lords, King of Kings. So he get somebody to represent him. He get Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, to represent him as the King of Kings. Correct? Next time, he used what? Jesus Christ, right? Correct? Correct? You Jesus Christ, King of Kings, right? Lord of Lords, right? Correct? Okay. So Jesus Christ used us to represent him. So thou art the king, thou, O kings, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, for the God of heaven has given thee a kingdom, power, and strength. And wheresoever the children of man dwells in the beasts of the field, the fowls of the air, have he given into thy hand, and make thee rulers over them all. And thou art the head of gold. So actually, he gave him the three realms. He gave him the three realms. Can you understand? Nebuchadnezzar is a type and shadow of something like Molech. Baal. Because they worship Baal. So Baal is the one who's given the three realms. Just like Zeus, Zeus. Give me the three realms, Zeus is sky, according to the Greek, right? And then Hades, correct? And then Poseidon is the sea, right? But three of them are combined, it's like Trinity, Heaven, earth, and beneath, something like that, Okay. So wheresoever the children of men dwell in the beasts of the field, the fowls of the heaven, have he given into thy hand, make you ruler over them all. Okay? And thou art his head, this head of gold. So it seems that he take over Adam. Correct? Correct. Molech take over Adam. Correct? Adam was given the fowls of the air, beasts of the field, and the fish of the sea. Correct? So that's why it's called the world is under the what? The evil one. Correct? So after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, to another third kingdom of brass, who shall rule over thee, and then a fourth kingdom shall be strong, iron. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdues all things, and as iron and breaketh all these things and break into pieces and bruise, whereof thou saw the feet of the toes, part of them potter's clay, part of them iron. The kingdom shall be divided, and there shall be in it of strength, but there shall be in it of strength and of iron, for as much as thou saw the iron mixed with mild clay. And the toe of the feet got 10, Toe got 10 feet, correct? 1 toe, right? And the 10 and the toe of the feet was part iron, part clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong, partly broken, Okay? And whereas thou sawest the iron mixed with murky clay, and they shall mingle themselves with the seed of man, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as the iron is not mixed with clay. And in the day of these kings there shall be heavens, shall the God of heaven set up kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to others, but it shall break into pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So it's talking about the kingdom of Christ. Right? Remember in chapter 7, the Ancient of Days came, sitting down with the Son of Man, and the kingdom was given to the saints. Remember? Right? In chapter 7, chapter 8, I talk about this prophecy. You have to go through persecution. It's all here. So basically, the plan of God is like this. God already planned already. So he's the one who decides. That is one of the proof that God is one who decides. Okay, other deciding factors is based on what? It's not based on how good you are. It's based on how evil the people are. So God destroyed the country. God replaced them. It's based on evilness, right? Not only based on evilness. How come they are not destroyed? Because there is always a fullness of time. Understand? That's called the iniquities of the Amorites. It's not fulfilled yet. So, for example, there are many kings that God have set up, correct? So one of the Canaanites people are Amorites, and many people are occupying the space there. Correct? But God gave Abraham, correct? Correct? But it was taken over, correct? Why? The God said you have to wait, the time haven't up yet. So where he have to wait, Correct? So he talked to Abraham about this part so that you understand. So we must understand how God operates. Full Deuteronomy or Genesis. So Where is it? Iniquity, Amorite. How you spell Amorite? Amorite, right? Huh? Genesis 15:16. Huh? Okay, what happened is, and he said unto Abraham, because Abraham showed him, no, God showed him, he saw a vision, you know. You understand? Then he said unto Abraham, know of surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land. Bad things happen. He saw a vision of the quite bad thing. So he said, surely your seed will be in a stranger in the land. That is Egypt. Okay? That is not theirs. And shall serve them. And they shall afflict them for 400 years. So God had planned the captivities of Egypt. Correct? For 400 years. They are in Egypt as a slave for 400 years. So God wrote the script not by chance. Because God already said carefully, He told him it's like this. Correct? And also the nation, and also that the nation whom they will serve, will I judge them. Afterwards, then shall they come out with great substance. That means God also planned that when they come out, they will have a lot of things to demand from all these Egyptians. The Egyptians will give them. Right? All the gold, right? All the silver, all the everything, right? Because they are so scared of them, take, just take, just leave us alone, if not we will be destroyed, right? So God already planned, okay? And thou shalt go to thy father in peace. That means he go back, Abraham will go back to be buried, in the land of Israel. Yeah. Okay. And thou shalt go to thy father in peace, and thou will be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation, they shall come hither again. That means they will come to the land. For the iniquities of Amorite is not yet full. So there is a fullness of time. So there is another verse talking about because of the wickedness of the people, God destroyed them. Not because of how good we are. Not because of the goodness of Israelite people. Can you understand? But because God had kept His promise. So yeah, Deuteronomy. See? It's stated here, Deuteronomy chapter 9. Speak thou not in thy heart after that the Lord thy God hath cast them out before thee, saying, my righteousness, the Lord hath brought me to possess the land. It's not your righteousness, no. If you enter in the promised land, also not your righteousness. If you make it to enter the rest of God, right? Correct? To be part of 144,000, never your righteousness. It's he that show mercy, right? It's not a man runner for will, correct? But he that show mercy, correct? So it's the same thing. God was telling Moses, he said, speak not in thy heart to tell the people who are going to enter, right? So speak not in thy heart that after that the Lord thy God hath cast them out from before thee, saying that for my righteousness the Lord hath brought me to possess this land. The land of Israel, Canaan. But for the wickedness of this nation, the Lord do drive them out before thee. Wickedness, actually. Can you understand? So what happened is there are a lot of in the land of Canaan or the land of Israel and nearby. There are a lot of giants, but God purposely give who this, give who that, give who this that He had promised. So who He had promised? He had promised Ishmael. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Hagar, correct? He said he will be a great prince also. You know. And then also when Esau birthright was taken by Jacob, right? He kept asking Isaac to bless him, correct? Correct. But he said, your inheritance is given, but I will bless you also. You will be great also. Can you understand? Can you understand? So he will be great. So actually the last day, the Ishmaelite and the Edomite are great, even now. And for the wickedness of Israel, right? Real Israel physically was no more. Because it was prophesied, it was no more. So God had to gather them all back again. So these are all God's script, because of the wickedness and also because of God's promises. God is the one who promised, God will give that. So it's no more he who runneth and willeth. But God showed mercy to Hagar, you understand? Because he pitied him. You want to pity him? You understand? Why he pity her? He pity her because she was innocent, correct? Correct. But because of a bigger picture, right? God had this plan, right, to use the Ishmaelite people to be a what? To be a thorn in the flesh, Can you understand? Correct. Because the whole Arab country now is correct. And then there is another term about resources, correct? The Arab country is so blessed with resources, correct? Correct. Oil and everything, correct? Correct. In fact, one of the richest, they are the richest men, richest tribe there. Oil, correct. That's why all of them, you see their building is so high, correct? Dubai, correct? People high, they only more high, correct? More grand, correct? So you must understand what is going on, no? So God have a purposely, it's not about a person goodness, no. It's God have strategy, You understand? He used certain people, certain tribe, you understand? So you must understand, okay, so you have to go back to the Hagar to see the blessing of Ishmael, so you can understand. Okay, the lad, correct? Okay. So Hagar called to the angel of the Lord, and God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of the heaven, correct? Angel of God, correct? Out of the heaven and said unto her, what ailest thou, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad, correct? Where he is, correct? Ishmael cried, arise, lift up the lad, hold him in thy hand, for I will make him a great nation, right? Correct now? Okay? And God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went and drank and filled the bottle with water and gave it to because the lad was chased out by Abraham, correct? Both of them, correct? He go enter in the desert, right? Then no water later on, correct? He cried out for God, correct? And God opened her eyes, and he saw a well of water. He went and filled the bottle with water and gave the lad drink. And God was with the lad, correct? God was with the lad, correct? And he grew and dealt in the wilderness and became an archer, correct? So you must understand now, this is Ishmael, God planned in such a way. The Arab nation, so established, correct? It's God already planned all these things, Can you understand? So he has his plan, you understand? Because he has his plan about this East against the West, that kind of thing. The Muslim against the God's people, that kind of thing. The false Jews, that kind of thing. So he got planned, So it's same thing with Esau, correct? Esau is called what now? In the whole Bible, there's only one tribe that is called what, D-U-K-E, Duke, There's no other Duke, It's only the Duke of Esau, No, other than this, no Duke anymore. Okay? 441, Duke, throughout, see carefully, it's all Genesis 36, correct? Correct, Genesis 36, correct? Most of them, correct? Oh, Duke 36, there's no other Duke, It's only Esau Duke only, Then the rest all, First Chronicle also is Esau, talking about Esau, they are Duke. So there's a Duke, right? Correct. Duke is more like European, right? Correct. The Esau group are all in the Europe, They're all, a lot of them all in the Europe. Can you understand? Because you know why? They are Amor, Correct. Esau came up with what? Red hair, correct? Correct. Hairy Amor, correct? Yeah. Very strange, correct? Because when he came out, they say it's very strange, right? The Bible refers to it. It's so strange, It came out with curly hair, correct? Amor, correct? Because they themselves are all black, Can you understand? That's why they mentioned it's Amor, So funny, correct? So you must understand. And what will happen?
Amor means red hair.
Red hair. Hong Mao, Amor lang, Angmo lang, Angmo lang.
Angmo is
Ang red lah, mo is hairy lah.
Red hair.
Ang mo lah,
Ang is red.
So you know the story of Esau, right? Esau asked to be blessed, right? Usurper, right? Supplanter, right? So Supplanter, right? Supplanter Genesis, correct? There. So what the story is, as you know lah, the mother is who? Rebecca, Rebecca said that, okay, I want you now to pretend, take Esau coat, which is hairy on, from make of animals' hair, cover it up yourself, make yourself like very hairy, because Esau is very hairy, so he asked Jacob to take Esau hairy hair, and then go and, because Isaac is blind already, H-O, you understand? Blind, cannot differentiate who is who, you understand? So I ask for your firstborn blessing, you understand? It's God's dealing, So Esau was outside, go in the forest and hunting, because Isaac is going to die already, so they hurry up, try to get the blessing, you understand? So what happened is, Jacob pretended to be Esau. You understand? And then he said, you don't sound like Esau, but you feel like Esau. Hairy, And then he blessed him, He blessed him. But Isaac is a prophet. He also knows that it's God's will. So he keep quiet, He just blessed him. He knows it's God's will, you understand? So the anointing came, After this already, Esau came, I asked for the blessing. Oh, already give already. I thought it's you. You know. Wow, Esau crying. I was so angry, revenge. Oh, steal my birthright. He always a supplanter. Supplanter means always pull by the heel. Because when Esau was born, Jacob was pulling his leg, you understand? Can you understand? He was pulling his leg. Don't let him come out first, you understand? So maybe they come out together, maybe. Somehow they may come out together, because maybe together should come out, But still, Esau is the one who come out first, Firstborn, correct? So the whole story is like this, So in the end, say, Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have already made him Lord already, and all his brothers, have I given unto him for servant, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now to thee, my son? Esau said unto his father, Isaac, hast thou only but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, oh my father. Esau lifted up his voice and he cried. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, okay, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heavens from above. And by thy sword thou shalt live, and shall serve thy brothers. And shall come to pass, when thou have dominion, thou shalt break the yoke off his neck. That's exactly what happened. Can you understand? So in the beginning, Esau group always served Israel, but later on they rebel. They become now rebel. They break the yoke, correct? And that's a prophecy about Esau, Jacob I love, Esau I hate. Why? Because Esau built his fortress, exist like the eagle in the mountain, to be like same with God, It's in the Obadiah. Okay, then God said, "Well, you bring him down, You understand? So it's another purpose. God bless, correct? But he also served the purpose of the last day, correct? Correct? That's called the hater, Adversary is adversary. This is a hater. Esau group is a hater. They hate Jacob, correct? So that is a hater and the avenger, the enemies, the avengers and the enemies, adversary, It's in what? Book of Psalms 8, correct? To silence the avenger and the hater, correct? Correct? Enemy and the hater, correct? Book of Psalms, it's written there. Out of the base of event, have you silenced the enemies and the hater, correct? Okay, you must understand there's a whole simulation script. Okay, God has already done everything. So he need to give power, Give power, give oppression, Like oppression for Egypt, to be the oppressor, to force the people to come out with Moses, that kind of thing. They will show his glory, 10 glory, right? This is testing, right? 10 wonder, right? So all these things he planned. So in the last day, he also planned Assyrian, to be a rod, to punish Israel. And then later on, God will destroy Assyrian. It's all in the whole simulation is only in the Bible, the script. Can you understand? So God is the King of kings, Lord of lords. He's the one who gives kings kingdoms. Okay? He's the one who wrote the scripts. His way is like this. Evilness, he will destroy at his fullness time. Right? But he used different people at his own, according to his script. Right? You understand? So that goes for the final one, which is called by me Prince King's Prince rule, right? That is what Book of Job, right? He make them wise, he made them foolish, right? Book of Job. With me, okay. See? Okay. Job answered and said, no doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Yea, who knoweth not such thing as this? I am as one mock of his neighbors, who call upon the Eloah, and he answer him. The just, upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to sleep with his feet is as a lamb despised in the thoughts of him that is at ease. The tabernacle of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundance. So God actually do nothing about the wicked, right? Correct? Use them as what? Persecutor, right? Correct? But there's a fullness of time. You see, all the wicked are still enjoying, correct? Correct? Still godless, correct? Of God, correct? Because God is fullness of time, okay? But it's to persecute all the just, correct? So the tabernacle of robbers prosper, and they provoke the El are secure, and into whose hand the Eloah, okay, bringeth abundance. But ask now the beasts, they shall teach you. The fowls of the air, they shall tell you. Or speak to the earth. Heaven, earth, and beneath, speak to the earth, and it shall teach you. The fishes of the sea shall declare unto you. Heaven, earth, and beneath all know about the way of God. Okay? Who knoweth not in all these things that the hand of the Lord have wrought it? God is the one who do it. In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and the breath of all mankind. Do not the ears try words, and the mouth taste meat? With the ancient of days, this ancient of days, is wisdom. In the length of days, ancient of days, right? Correct. This is very, very early already. Ancient of days is antiquities of days. Length of days, very long already. With the ancient is wisdom, and the length of days, understanding. With him is wisdom and strength, he hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, it cannot be built again. He shutted up a man, there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the water, and they dry up. Also, he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. Correct? With him is strength, wisdom. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceivers are his. So God control both sides. The one who deceives is belong to his. The one who is being deceived also belongs to him. Or playing his script, acting out his script. So if you know about this sovereignty of God, who have the final say, who have the last laugh, we should be very secure, right? Just because we do not know. Right? Now you know, right? He leadeth counselor away spoiled. He maketh the judges fools. So he might use the counselor and give them wrong advice, correct? And then make the decision, correct? Go and fight and then die, correct? Correct? That's what happened to King Ahab and Joseph, right? Correct? He said, go, you will win, correct? Remember? Because God said, alright, lying spirit, right? So same thing, he will always do this, make people wrong, make kings, boastful one, make wrong decision. Or godless one, correct? Think that is his hand, correct? Let him fall. You understand? So he loosed the bonds of king, he girded their loins with a girdle, he leadeth prince away spoiled. Cannot destroy, correct? He overthrown the mighty, correct? He removed away the speech of the trusty and take away the understanding of the age of the wise. He poured contempt upon prince and weakened the strength of the mighty. He discovered the deep things out of darkness and bringeth out light to the shadow of death. He increaseth the nation, he destroyed them. He enlarged the nation, he strengthened them. Okay? Enlarged means very rich, very powerful and very rich. Then later he strengthened them. Okay? He take away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and causes them to wander in the wilderness where there is no way. He grope in the dark without light. He maketh them to stagger like a drunkard man. So God is the one who completely manipulates every human being, including Satan. So Satan thinks that he knows, he do on his own, but actually never do on his own. Satan was in a simulation within a simulation. You understand? Or Satan was in a simulation and he made more simulation. You understand? That's exactly what happened. There's simulation within a simulation within a simulation. You know, any level, different level. Everybody thought that they are manipulating people, but actually they are being manipulated. So there is a mastermind, you understand? The architect. You understand? The architect. I was with him, the architect. You know? There's the Bible says I was with him, right? Architect. That's the what? Holy Spirit, right? Book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 8. Correct. Wisdom. Do not wisdom cry. Understanding put forth her voice. She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way in the place of the path. He cried at the gate, at the entry of the city, at the coming of the dogs. Unto you, man, oh man, I call my voice is to the sons of Adam. Oh, you simple understand wisdom. Oh, ye fool, you be ye of understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak excellent things. Opening of my lips shall be uprightness, straight things. For my mouth shall speak of truth. Wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse. They are all plain to him that understand, and upright to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction and not silver, knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all things that may be desired are not compared to it. I, wisdom, will deal with prudence and find out knowledge of all witty inventions. The fear of the Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, arrogance, and evil way, and a proud mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, sound wisdom, I am understanding, I have strength. By me, kings reign. So wisdom is the one who controls. Right? By me, prince reign. Kings reign. Prince decree righteousness. By me, prince rule. Nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and all those that seek me early shall find me. Riches, honor with me. So God gave them one. Can you understand or? Riches and honor are with me. Durable riches and righteousness. My fruits is better than gold, yea, fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I laid in the way of righteousness in the midst of the power of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance and to fill their treasure. The Lord possessed me from the beginning. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his ways. It means he's the chief of God's creation. The beginning of God's creation. Remember in Revelation, the beginning of God's creation? It's written there. It's the angel of the Yahweh. But it's also Jesus in the angel of the Yahweh. Say the Amen, the faithful, the beginning of God's creation. See, we'll go back to wisdom again later. Yeah. And unto the angels of the church of Laodicea write these things, says the Amen, the faithful and the true witnesses, the beginning of creation of God. Right? The word beginning means the chief. Correct? Chief in the beginning, chief in position. Correct? See? Chief in order, chief in time, chief in place, chief in rank. Correct? Chief in various applications. Correct? So, it's not God. It's the creation. Jesus is the creation, right? But Jesus can have his angel. Because it's different, right? Right? It's his avatar. Let's say it's his avatar. Avatar, you know, avatar? Correct? We need avatar if you're going to the simulation realm, right? In so-called matrix, right? You need the avatar, right? Same thing, no? Same thing. We need avatar. So God did the avatar here. It is called what? Jesus in the early days. But his primordial is what? Word of the Lord. It's called the Menra, the Logos, you know, in Greek. But when he became incarnated, it's called Jesus. With his role called Messiah. Jesus means Messiah, Yeshua, the Savior. Can you understand? It's the avatar, you understand? Correct? So you must understand what God is doing. So Jesus is the first of God's creation. Okay? The angel that appears to Moses and appears to John is speaking on behalf of Jesus. So he is the avatar actually. You understand? It's called incarnate. Incarnate means embodiment. Embodiment. A body that he can come in and manifest and manifest a bit. Okay? So with this understanding, let's go back to Proverbs 8. So, yeah. This is what we are taught. I was set. The word set means what? Okay, the Lord possessed me in the beginning of his ways, before his works of old. Right? The word possess means what? He has created me. He has bring forth me. Created, right? Right? It's trivial, bring forth. Okay? So we put that as created, right? Right? A primitive root to erect that is created, right? So he has created me as the beginning of his creation. In the beginning of his ways. The chief of his ways. He has created me, the chief of his ways, correct? The chief, correct? Of his ways. Okay? Before any works of old. Why? Because it's through Jesus, called the Mandra, the world was created by the word of the Lord, word of heaven spake, and the host of them by the word of his mouth. Understand? So the Mandra, by the Mandra, the heavens speak. Okay? So the Lord created me as the chief of his ways before the works of old. I was anointed. Set up means anointed. Nosa. Nosa means what? He was anointed as a king. Sorry, anointed as king? Right. Anointed, right? So, I was anointed to anoint a king, right? So, I was anointed. From everlasting, from the very beginning or ever the earth was already anointed as the Messiah. Or as the Christ. Okay? When there was no depth, I was brought forth. When there was no fountain, abounding with water. Before the mountain was settled, before the hills was I brought forth. Emmanuel. Proceedeth. You understand? Brought forth is proceed. While as yet he have not made the earth, nor the field, nor the highest part of the dust of the earth, when he prepared the heaven, I was there. He had decreed. Set means decree, 2710 is decree, Decree, right? He had decreed a compass upon the face of the depth. When they have established the cloud above, when he has straightened the mountain, the fountain of the depth, when he gave the sea the decree as the water shall not pass to the command, when he appointed the foundation of the earth, then I was by him. The word by him means what you know? Excel is like join one body. That's why it's excel. Joining, right? So the word joining. This is the same excel, a site that is near to each other, side by side, back to back, in the sense of joining. Can you understand? Can you understand? So this angel of the Lord is a male and female, called the cherubim of glory, represent God himself. That's why it's always what? The Holy Spirit with the baby inside. Correct? Correct? It's always the Holy Spirit with the baby inside, right? The dove, correct? With the baby dove, correct? And then one side is my face, one side is SHEKINAIH face, correct? That's the LOR. Can you understand? Okay? So see again. There I was by him as one. Okay? So there I was united with him, joined together by joining side by side, back to back. Okay? As one that brought up, the word brought up, Amon, as an architect. So architect, so when I say 100%, so you call me what? Architect, right? Let's go back to your prophecy, that God gave to you. So it's not presumptuous, It's not presumptuous, It's exactly what God used you for, Right? Where is it? Heaven Watcher. Oh, Heaven Watcher. Daddy, Joseph, it's always testing after testing, faith after faith, glory after glory, glory to glory, getting experience, getting settled, getting the pearl of great price, burst out energy, and run, and as a runner to break your record each time, that even the whole matrix are not able to hold you up. Be the one to overthrow the architect of this matrix before my spiritual Zion. Be my architect of the new heavenly Jerusalem, right? Be my architect of the new millennium, right? Right? Be champion, be victories. So it's exactly the same as a man thinketh, so he sees, so he be free and fly in the heavenly. So God is using the same one now, architect now. Okay? So, architect, probably in the sense of training, means supported, confirmed, faithful. Okay? So, I was joined together as one, as an architect. And I was daily delight and rejoicing always before him. Rejoicing in the habitable part of the earth, my delight were the sons of Adam, all the 144,000 children. Okay? Can you understand? Can you understand? Okay? So with this understanding, God is the architect. Though the enemy thought that he's the architect. Because I just said it's a simulation between a simulation. You understand? So in the end, God, based on his righteous judgment, how he divide, right? Right? So there is always a fullness of time. God is the one who controls the rich and the poor, the tyrants and the afflicted, because he had to make in such a way. In the last days, God will have to reward those who have been sent to be trained. We come out, arise, who have overcome, come out of the great trouble. Then they were given to become kings and kings, You understand? So this is the whole situation that God really controls the whole world, the whole universe, the whole cosmos. Okay, so biblical, right? And then there are certain principles like, there's a Bible verse, talking about what? Because you must know that Lucifer is damn good in what? Wisdom in trading, right? Right. So throughout, he's using this type of wisdom to control, right? Right. So he knows all the rules, What's the rule? One of the rules is what? He started with what? He started with, you let me control the money, I can control the whole, I don't care who is the king, right? That's what Rothschild said, You let me control the money, I don't care who's the king of the country. If I control the money, I control the king. Alright? So there's a Bible verse in book of Proverbs, So he's very clever, he's very wise, correct? Because Lucifer is very wise, correct? Full of wisdom, right? The Bible describes him as full of wisdom and full of trading, merchandising, right? In the trading, right? There, the rich man ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a slave to the lender. The word servant is dolos. Dolos means slave. Or Eber means slave. Dolos in the Greek. This Eber is a Hebrew word. It's a slave, right? So he control your money, he control your policy, correct? He control everything, right? That's exactly what Queen Elizabeth is all about. Queen Elizabeth control most of the money. And all those people that confederate with him also control a lot of money. And the Rothschild and all these things, right? So they control the people who borrow money from them, right? So they come with war. The more you fight, right? The more you have to borrow from both sides. So during the World War I, World War II, you know what happened? The Rothschild got 5 banks. Each one will finance each 2 parties. Let them fight. How much you want? I give. How much you want? You fight. In the end, finish already, right? Savage, right? They come and control. Because you are a debtor, you are my slave. I help you to rebuild again, but I have the final say of what the policy is. Can you understand? That's what they are doing. So there is the art of ruling, the art of so they knew. You understand? Okay, anyway.
Okay, want to correct one mistake.
Okay.
The